always happy knowing fully well that you're always back there waiting for a time like this when we'll bring you Capital Sports from the Unity Station, NTA Channel 5, Abuja. And there we're always positioned to gather some of these stories making round in the world of sports for you to know. And most times, bring our professional colleagues here to give us an in-depth analysis and also tell us more about some of these stories you might have heard or watched somewhere. Today is not different because we're going to be telling you more, talking about our preparations for the Africa Cup of Nations. Because if we begin to count now, we'll see, okay, in about 40 days, if I'm not mistaken, we'll be flying our colors in Cameroon to see if we can still bring back that glory of 2013 when late Stephen Keshi led Nigeria to bring us that glory. Even though today we're still battling as to whether Ghana has the capacity or pedigree to go do us proud. We will leave that for now. We'll come later to discuss more about that, and looking at other issues, talking about basketball will also be part of what we'll be looking at today. I remain Abdullah Hejia, your regular host on this program, the striker. For now, let's go on a short break, and when we return, we'll be telling you more about what we'll be unveiling today. Well, welcome back, and thank God you're still there. We'll like to tell you that last week we told you on this program about the FCT Sports Rights Association of Nigeria annual competition, and the dominance continued with the story that NTA is always the leading broadcast media organization when it comes to not only talking about broadcasting but sports, because they've proven that year in year out for the fourth consecutive year now they've been champions of the football competition. And now adding to that is the tennis, which was also recently added. They didn't just stop at winning the football, but also getting the tennis adding to the laurels, and making NTA proud. On that very last day, we saw how our boys defeated the News Agency of Nigeria, a familiar foe in that competition. But the superiority continued with NTA scoring just one goal, and that was enough to have gotten them the victory and also the trophy. And the Director General of the NTA, who was represented there among the General Manager NTA Abuja and top other NTA management, express how happy they were as a then what NTA has continued to do, talking about dominating the sports space as far as media organizations in Nigeria are concerned. Now, as we speak, I know the team are currently in Ilorin to tackle other parastatals or ministries of government, talking about the Federation of Civil Service again, the FEPSGA competition, and we'll continue to hope and pray that they do us proud, because we know we have the team spirit, we have the players, we also have the support of NTA management to always do us proud. Well, now, in as much as I'm waiting for my guests to be part of this discussion, I will quickly let you know that yes, the Nations Cup, we have qualified for the Nations Cup. We've seen the draw where Nigeria will be tackling Egypt, Sudan, and Guinea Bissau. I know you know this already. But the question is, while other teams are preparing to go compete favorably for that trophy as far as the African continent is concerned, the question is, what is our own fate? Because we've had discussions in the public space of whether our coach Ganotro is still in charge, or his later has been written, kept somewhere, and we're just counting days and waiting for that time to come for him to have been shown the way. But a lot of complexities around that and controversy. But for now, a lot of people have continued to also comment on whether he should stay. This is not the right time, or whether he should go, considering his recent performances with the team. But we'll continue to keep our finger crossed to get you the latest from the Glass House, the NFF, if they've taken a decision on behalf of Nigerians to come and tell us what they feel will be good for us, because Nigerians are always enthusiastic about football, particularly, and they will not be waiting for any story short of victory and at the Nations Cup, because they know we have the players, and we have the history behind going to do well as far as that competition is concerned. Now, quickly also, not too good for us, our own very, front man Victor Osimhen. I know all of us know how he's doing very well for both club and country. He has gone all out there to score many goals for us as far as our qualifiers are concerned. And not only that, we've seen how he has been able to replicate this in his club side, talking about Napoli of Italy. This one strong man that fans around Italy and also the management of Napoli have always put their trust in Victor Osimhen. But we saw how that wonderful player got injured, and he's currently nursing an eye injury, which there are fears that he might not be parts of the competition. But we pray and hope that he gets better as soon as possible, to be able to come back to the team and be part of that wonderful Super Eagles that will fly our colors, and also be able to come out of that group and subsequently go win a trophy for us. That is just about the Super Eagles, and quickly we'll be opening the lines and see if we'll be able to get one or two calls for now before we quickly go into other issues. But before the calls start coming, the Nigerian Basketball Federation issue, I know most of us have not forgotten, and it's still fresh in our hearts, because while other federations have been able to put their house in order, talking about moving forward with their new executive members, now the Nigerian Basketball Federation, I mean to say, is still yet to conduct an election. And the International Federation of International Basketball Association also waged in to say, okay, well, you guys, if you don't put your house in order, we're going to, wage a hammer of sanction. Probably we'll see a ban or suspension from international competitions. And the November deadline has elapsed, and there's been that grace of extension now as we speak to January 30th. So I think the Nigerian Basketball Federation have that opportunity and grace to be able to do and put things in order to get us that result that all of us would appreciate and also support, to see that our basketball is moving forward. Talk more so when we have our D Tigers and D Tigress in major competitions that we cannot afford not to support them with all the support we need administratively. Now, for now, let me see if we'll be able to take this call before we go on a short break. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon, please. Welcome to Capital Sports. Who is on the line? Okay, from where you're calling? Quickly, please speak out.
It's from Aleta,
okay,
Abuja.
Okay, Abuja later. You're welcome to Capital Sports. Quickly, what do you have to tell us?
Please, I want to ask that Emmanuel Dennis, is he participating in the AFCON?
Emmanuel Dennis, in as much as we will not be able to tell you, the coach has that prerogative to name his squad. For now, I think we'll be expecting a 40-man provisional list. So we'll be looking forward to see if his name, is there, and see at the end who makes it at the end of the day, because the coach has that power to select the best among the best that he will be inviting for now. So we'll keep our finger crossed and also watch what Ganotro and the NFF will be doing for us at the end of the day. Yes, for now.
Okay.
Thank you for calling.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you. All right, this is Capital Sports. We just had our first caller there who's asking whether Dennis will be part of the Super Eagles. So we'll be keeping our fingers crossed to see how we'll be able to get the best among the best that the coach for now, Gano Tro, will be selecting for us at the end of the day. Let's go on a short break while I take a breather. When we return, we'll be topping from where I stop for now. This is Capital Sports. Well, thank you for staying tuned to Capital Sports on the Unity Station, NT Channel 5 Abuja. Well, we've spoken a lot about some of this issue, but for now, I will be welcoming Badi Adeleye, who is coming into the second half now. Badi, how far so far? You're looking cool as usual. I've been able to talk a lot about the Super Eagles and our preparation for the Nations Cup. You know, I know it's not too quick for us to say we're counting down now, because every reasonable team now should be able to marshal out their plan to see what will happen, who is coming and who is not coming, and do your plus and minus to get result. We've also looked at the Nigerian Basketball Federation saga, which has not ended up till now. Now, let us quickly.
If I can quickly talk on the two.
Okay, no problem.
Just like you said, and the caller that that just called in. For the Super Eagles of Nigeria, we still don't have a plan. We don't know if we're going. We don't know if we're going with our coach or not. That's number one. And whether you like it or not, it's not an issue of maybe we're sticking to the squad that we have, or we're going to have a new one. But with the way Emmanuel Dennis is going in the Premier League, which of course is the most publicized league in the world, if it continues that way till January, it will become a thing of compulsion for the coach to come, because he's doing so well, getting the goal against Manchester United, playing against big teams and getting goals. If he continues with that, he could break into the team. And of course, about the basketball family, this is just clearly simple. Abdullahi, it's about two factions. People feeling this faction should not be there, and the other one feeling we should be there.
That's the politics.
So that's it, and it's normal. So there's no neutral person that is coming, and of course, one faction is saying we just want this thing to be done well, and the others are saying we want to stay in the office. And of course, once you have a board or a faction that for 3 years they do not speak to anyone, we do not understand their plans and everything, and all of a sudden you just come and you're now talking to everyone, you want to let them know this is what you're doing. This one is becoming normal politics that is just after that time that we need to hear from you. So I think we need the deep cleansing of the basketball family in Nigeria. But for now, there looks to be no end to the crisis.
Okay, but I also spoke about Victor Osimhen, which I think is one issue that every Nigerian sports or football lover will be worried about, if Victor Osimhen will not be part of that squad, considering the level of injury he sustained. We learned it's a very serious one, but hopefully he will be nurturing that injury and come out to be part of that team.
Abdullah, one thing that's continued to work against Victor Osimhen is his physique. He is a good player. He has everything, but that he doesn't have for now. For some clubs, that's one of the things they work on. They build your muscles. They do all those things for you. But every time, as in like an African boy, if one person hits you from another place entirely, It's the person that is supposed to bleed in the head. But I do not understand how it will be Osimhen that will be bleeding in the head this time around. I'm telling you, his body composition and all those things for now do not really work, in his favor. So I think there should be a thing that they would do when it comes to the medical department, because we've seen players that when they come and they tell you that you're not this shape, you get cheated, you'll be on the ball, you get pulled away, and all those things. They build your stamina. You're not like Osimhen that I saw in Abuja in 2014, 2015. Is the one that is this huge, with all these muscles and everything. If in case you compare the pictures of Adama Traore, who is now in Wolves, I'm sure you don't want to. Somebody like me will know if we are playing football, I will avoid that man.
But
Osimhen could be that.
in as much as we don't have time to argue over this issue, I want to beg to disagree a little, because if you're talking about body build, I know as a sportsman, everyone has his own body build. You talk of Peter Crouch. Peter Crouch is not that hugely built. He has the height, but he's just
Abdullah,
like the like of Victor
somebody who's
Osimhen.
5'7", we hardly hurt Peter Crouch because he's up there. How do you go there to deal with him? But at times when you're playing in leagues that they require your physicality, one of the things you have to do is to build it. That's what they do in
It's
the
okay,
gym.
but injury is also part of the game. We wish him
All the
the
best, and
quickest
hope maybe he can get crash.
recovery.
Hope he can be
Okay.
back on time.
And I think it will not be. I mentioned earlier, for want of time, also NTA were champions again for the fourth time. I think we cannot but sing and sing and sing,
Abdullah,
because it's not easy to be a champion.
what you need to tell people that are watching is, if you played a part there, let them know that you're a footballer too, and you also represented NTA, and of course you continue to represent NTA. Very beautiful with what NTA is doing. And again, we say nobody dares collect that one.
Bring them on, bring them on. That's the word. Bring them on. And okay, quickly now, Badia Dele, I would want to reserve the issue of the tennis, for the last. Now, quickly, the English Premier League is, hot. Liverpool, they are not giving up, and Chelsea are not taking their eyes off that title, with Thomas Tuchel doing what he knows how to do best. Yes, sometimes difficult, but the result at the end, will definitely come. I think that's what we saw yesterday, and today Manchester United. Let's see if they will be able to survive Arsenal.
Abdullah, let's leave Manchester United. We'll come back to that. They
Okay.
are not a big team at the moment, although they have a big player in their squad. But let's talk about big teams now.
Okay.
It's very beautiful to watch Liverpool. You watch them, you're excited. I must give it to Red fans. They're having a moment of their lives. It's very, very beautiful to watch them. And of course, I do not know how. If it was, an Everton side being led by Carlo Ancelotti, I could have said maybe they would have done something. A side being led by Rafa Benitez, not forgetting how he brought down Inter Milan after being beat well. I'm not really a fan of his. And so I must tell you, it never surprised me. I expected Jurgen Klopp and his men to make a minced meat of them, and that was the biggest scoreline on Wednesday. And of course, Chelsea, there's a way they will always grind out the result. There's a German coach, and that's what they are used to. Beautiful there. For Aston Villa and Manchester City, I do not really understand why Jack Grealish was booed, but of course you will expect City to do that too. And of course we saw two medical emergencies in the stands. Two matches were stopped yesterday. I do not really understand why we're having medical emergencies. Is it because of COVID-19 and all that? But it's becoming more rampant that somebody in the stands is fainting or collapsing. That's really worrisome. And of course, Manchester United's interim manager got his work permit some hours ago. It could be very much available. It might not lead the players, from the dugout, but it's going to, provide, some technical inputs. So against Arsenal, I think it will go in favor of Manchester United, because
That's your opinion.
Arsenal at some point they found stability, but Liverpool exposed them again. And by the time, if you looked at their last match and all that, they did well against Newcastle and all those things. But Manchester United, they are just like a hungry side at the moment. They want to prove points. Manchester United's iconic number 7 man, Cristiano Ronaldo, is angry because of what really happened at the Ballon d'Or. Not that he wanted to win, but his
It's one
main
of the
rival
issues
and
also
all
we
those
used
things.
to. Yeah.
Michael Carrick is leaving, although he will still be back of his backroom staff. So I expect them to be more hungry, but you cannot rule out Arsenal. But to me, I'm not yet convinced about Manchester United or Arsenal. So for me, let me pick Manchester United.
Definitely, where would you have picked if not Manchester United? But in a couple of hours, we'll see the difference will be made. But I think I will be going with Arsenal because, like you said, they found stability to an extent. Yes, if you're talking of the loss to Liverpool, we also saw the Watford Man U, the one that will say the
So we're
last
going
straw
to
that
settle
broke the
it
camel's.
next week, Abdullah.
No problem, no
Okay,
problem. Only time
okay.
will tell. But also, but the another thing that I found interesting is the issue of Aston Villa. Was Steven Gerrard? I
Gerrard
think he
is
got
on
his
the wheels.
baptism of okay, welcome to English Premier League. I think this one man that has done too well with the Scottish League. Talking about Rangers, but now he's now back to EPL. Like you say, one of the best leagues in the world.
Abdullah watching
He won his
Premier
first match, if I'm not mistaken.
and
Now,
the second
okay, and
was
the
only
second.
unlucky to have faced Manchester City. Now, if you had given him, other clubs like Arsenal and Manchester United, maybe they could have done better. But they gave to you Manchester City at the moment. But look at Steven Gerrard. He looks like a normal, the
A
normal
hungry,
Premier League manager. It's
yes,
there.
he's
The
taking charge.
swagger, everything, you find it with him. And I think he's doing well because that team having a run of no wins, even not getting draws, and he came and did that very beautiful job. So that loss against Manchester City will not mean anything. And do not forget that West Ham too, they were held, and of course we're seeing Brighton doing so many great things. So it's beautiful with Steven Gerrard, and I really support that man. I love him.
You love him. Okay. Well, time will tell how far and how well we'll see Aston Villa, going with Steven Gerrard. Now, quickly, Badia Dele, Ballon d'Or. We've had enough commentaries across the world on Lionel Messi winning it for the 7th time. This is one play I think history will never forget. And many have said it will take us another generation or two to produce another player that will probably achieve what Lionel Messi has achieved. Ronaldo fans are not happy. Lewandowski fans too are not happy. But
Abdullah,
it was a voting that produced the winner.
Abdullah, the long and short of all these things would be that if Lionel Messi was still in Barcelona, where he had gone to a team like Juve, he wouldn't have won. He's in France now, and it means a lot to them, and we know where that is originating from. That's number one. Last year, it was obviously that Robert Lewandowski was the winner. So the best way to compensate, they knew something was wrong. They had to create an award, Striker of the Year. And if you're talking about Striker of the Year, tell us how that one, who voted for that. So how come you just gave him that? You never put that out when you were saying they should vote. So why did you create that ugly award to give to that man? Even Lionel Messi had to say something to look like the good guy. Like, this man won last year, please give it to him. That tells you that something is wrong. The coaches and everyone in the football fraternity, they are very much angry. And I've never seen somebody win this way and people are not. Nobody disputes the fact that Messi is an iconic player. Give it to him. If Ronaldo had won, I love Ronaldo. If he had won, I would have been angry because he didn't do anything to merit that. Too, to me, it should have gone to players like Lewandowski, Benzema, all those people. We saw what they did last season. But Lionel Messi, the only thing that came from him was that what he did with the assists and goals in La Liga, and of course he won Copa America.
Thank you very much, Badadele. I think if I implied what you're trying to say is that probably the human nature, might have, affected the result or outcome
Do,
of
just do like this, Abdullah. Do like
what we
this.
saw. No problem, Badadele. Well, we hope that probably Lewandowski will still have a good playing time. He's one player all of us respect, and I think he will keep scoring and doing his country and also Bayern Munich where he is at the moment.
Let's hope
Very, very
Haaland is not going to get it from him or Mbappe.
no problem, no problem. I think quickly, but let's wrap it up with the issue of the World Tennis Association coming out hard to cancel or suspend all tennis tournaments as far as the sexual assault saga is concerned in China.
Abdullah, right step in the right direction. The problem here is not really the sexual assault. Is that this lady is not free. We don't. There is the state media that is reporting something about her. We don't know if she's free. We cannot see her work. You cannot call her and all those things. Everything about her is being monitored. And
Restricted.
so this is, you understand, this is going on there. So far, this lady is still in that country and we're not sure that she's safe. It would be wrong for the association that they say that they protect women now organizing events. That means they are going on with life without her. Right step in the right direction.
Solidarity, I want to call that for
And camaraderie.
for Peng Shui, if I'm
Yeah.
correct, for her, and I think she'll be able to get justice, and at the end of the day, get the freedom that she deserves, like any other human being around the world. Well, this is the much time has permitted us to relate with you today. Unfortunately, the calls didn't come as expected, but appreciated the caller that called in earlier to also ask a question, which I think Badi has done justice to that on this program. Next week, same time, same station, is another day when we come here with the latest and also the fresh story around town to let you know some of these happenings. I remain Abdullah here. Badi Adele, thank you for coming once more. For now, we say keep watching NTA Channel 5 Abuja, the Unity Station. That is a place to be.